So I thought we'd start off, shall we make some Yorkshire puddings?
Yeah.
Excellent. Now I've got a lovely little trick for you here. So I've taken some normal vegetable oil, a tablespoon of oil into these four here. And there's just a nice little trick here to get the oil into all the other little Yorkshire pudding holes there. So you just carefully...
What a great trick.
It's brilliant fun, isn't it? And what happens is, when you get those right to the bottom there, now we know we've got the same amount of oil in each of those. Now we need to get this nice and hot. So this time for the Yorkshires, we're going to use the top oven here, but this is actually, as you know, a combination microwave oven. So I'm going to pop that into there, shut the door, and we'll turn this on. We're going to use this in just true fan mode for the Yorkshire puddings, and you'll see that it automatically defaults to that anyway, because that's what most of us use most of the time. So I'm just going to turn the command wheel until I get to the temperature setting, press the button, get this up to 200 degrees, press the button again, so that's now set, press start, the light comes on, and that's going to heat our oil to 200 degrees, so nice and simple. So we've now got maybe a couple of minutes to get that nice and hot, so that means we can now start making the Yorkshire pudding batter. And all I'll do now is, and again...
And this is where you get those lovely drawers with the...
I push the door and it opens by itself. So here, I've got a couple of ingredients. This is going to make 12 of those kind of smaller Yorkshire puddings. 140 grams of very good quality plain flour. I'm going to make a little well in here. And then I've got 4 large free-range eggs.
Free range.
Yeah, make sure they're free range. So that goes in there as well. A little bit of salt. Good bit of seasoning. Don't hold off on that. Good bit of pepper. So get yourself a whisk. You can do it by hand, but I've got just an electric one here. Start moving your eggs into your flour. Key tip when you're whisking, a lot of people do this, okay? Don't do that. Make sure you actually move the whisk itself as well, because I want to incorporate all the bits from the side. Okay, so I've got a nice kind of paste going on there, and it's all incorporated nicely. So now I can start incorporating the milk. So use semi-skimmed or whole, don't use skimmed. So incorporate the milk into that. Turn the speed up again on the whisk. And again, make sure you whisk that all the way in. I'll take a moment there. And also just something that's very important to do, get yourself a spatula. And you can see we've got little bits at the side here, so just bring those down.
We've got lots of air in there from the whisking.
Exactly right. So make sure you bring all that down. Nothing wrong with buying a packet mix if you want to, but when it's that easy, why would you?
Let's just make it from scratch.
Yeah, exactly. And in my opinion, it does taste a lot better. So last little whisk there. Now, there's another couple of little tricks that we can do here. Let's put this back into the jug here. Now, usually, I will make my Yorkshire pudding batter a good couple of hours before I'm going to use it. And I will leave it in the fridge in an airtight container. What you want is you want the consistency of single cream. And can you see that that is exactly right there? That lovely kind of single cream consistency. Now, we've got a couple more minutes to get that oil really hot. So I think my question to you is, looking around the kitchen here, what are some of your favourite features?
Open spaces, because it's very easy to have just cupboards and cupboards.
Do you know, that's a good point. This, for example.
This is beautiful.
Just love
over
that.
here.
That would be an ideal place for some cookbooks. So we're pretty much ready to go now, so I can just clear this out of the way. And I think our oil should be nice and hot, so I'll jump over to the oven.
Let's have a peek.
Yep, so that's looking good. So they look nice and hot. So nice and safely bring that over.
It's nice that it's at that higher position there, that it's been set above.
It's fantastic,
height, especially when working with oil.
Now, when you put the batter in here, which is rested now, you're looking for a little sizzle. If you don't get a little sizzle, then it's not hot enough. So all you need to do is just put that tray back in, and then you'll be absolutely fine. Now, I would always come up
I can hear that sizzle.
a third to a half. So now I go back to the oven, open the door with my cloth here, come back over.
It's great having it at that higher position.
Yeah, it just makes it so much simpler. So we won't waste this. I think we'll just pop this back in the fridge.
So I think we're going to need something to cover it.
Yep, and I know what you're going to say.
Well, we got a nice surprise in that drawer.
Goodness me. So this is the cling film and foil dispenser. So if I just take this here.
It's genius. Like
So-
all those times that you're fighting with the cling film, trying to get
just
your
brilliant.
fingers in.
And there's a little guillotine there.
It's like effortless.
So now I've got that. That goes on there. And this is the bit that I think is incredible. That little bar is just such a clever thing. Because now I've got that cling film, that's ready to go. But we don't have to do that thing anymore where you're fighting to get the cling film
Or like
off.
folding it over.
Because here we are, pull that out again, and this is just unbelievable. That sits in there like that, and all you do,
Just roll it back in on itself.
ready for next time.
It's such a fantastic piece of kit.
Mind blown, right?
Yeah.
So here we go, the moment of truth.
Oh,
yes.
they look great.
Bring those over without gloves. And again, look at that, trivet, perfect. I love that. The only thing left to do, of course, Chris, is have a taste. Okay, you go first, pick any one you want. You've got that crisp outside and you've got that lovely kind of chewy batter on the inside. So let's have a look at this one. So I'll just...
I hear a nice crisp on them as well.